You know, some places have a story to tell, but few have a story quite like this one in Berlin. I'm talking about a park that was born from a place of, well, pure division and death, and is now, somehow, one of the most joyful, creative, and unifying spots you could ever imagine. So let's get into the story of Mauerpark.
Okay, just look at this. This one image really says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the death strip of the Berlin Wall, just barren, guarded, and frankly, deadly. And then on the right, that is the exact same space today. It's just overflowing with life, with music, with people. The big question is, how on earth did that become this?
All right, to really get the soul of this place, you've got to start with the name, Mauerpark. It literally means wall park. That's not a coincidence. Its entire identity, its DNA, is forged directly from the concrete and the conflict of the Berlin Wall. And we have to be really clear about what Death Strip actually meant. This wasn't just some empty field, you know? It was a meticulously designed kill zone. We're talking about a place where at least 140 people lost their lives trying to get to freedom. That is the history that's literally buried right under the grass where people are picnicking today. So how did we get here? Well, this timeline really walks us through it. It all starts way back as a rail yard. Then, bam, 1961. It's brutally repurposed into this border zone. But then, of course, the wall falls in '89, and what's amazing is how quickly Berliners moved to reclaim it. I mean, just 5 years later, it's officially a park. That's such a powerful statement of rebirth, right? And that spirit is still alive. You can even see it with the expansion in 2020. Okay, so let's fast forward to today. After all those years of healing and growth, what's it actually like to be there? Well, if you go on a Sunday, your day is going to start with this massive, sprawling ritual, the flea market, or as the locals call it, the Flohmarkt. And when I say massive, I am not kidding. Check out this number, up to 50,000 people on a single weekend. That's basically the population of a small city, and they're all descending on this one spot just to hang out, shop, and soak up the vibe. It's like a weekly pilgrimage. So what's everyone looking for? Honestly, it's a total treasure hunt. You can find absolutely everything. I'm talking old East German relics, GDR memorabilia, right next to stalls selling vintage vinyl, handmade art, you name it. And oh, the street food. It's from all over the world. It's pure, wonderful chaos, and that's exactly why people love it. You know, someone put it perfectly with this quote. It's not really about the stuff you can buy, is it? It's the human pulse in the space. That's the real magic. It's this incredible mix of people, tourists, locals, artists, families, all just bumping into each other and creating this amazing buzzing energy. And you can feel that pulse just by looking at this scene, right? It's not all neat and tidy, it's raw, it's spontaneous, it's even a little bit messy. And you know what? That's Berlin in a nutshell. But okay, the creative vibe doesn't just stop at the market stalls. Not even close. As you start to wander deeper into the park, you realize the whole place is like a living, breathing canvas for people to just express themselves. And the centerpiece of that giant canvas, well, it's a 300-meter-long piece of the original Berlin Wall. But here's the twist. Today, people don't know it for its history of division. They know it as the Wall of Fame. And here's a little bit of history for you. What's super interesting is that this wasn't actually the main wall, the one you always see in pictures facing West Berlin. Nope. This was the hinterland Mauer, the rear security wall. It was the final barrier for East Germans, like the last concrete obstacle before they even got to the death strip. So think about that. This thing that was a monument to oppression has been totally flipped on its head. It is now a legal, celebrated space for graffiti artists. And the best part? It's always changing. Every single day, it gets covered in new layers of paint. So it's not some dusty old relic. It's a living, breathing, dynamic conversation happening in spray paint. Okay, deep breath. We've browsed the market, we've seen the amazing art on the wall, but now we're arriving at the true, beating heart of a Sunday in Mauerpark. This is the emotional peak of the day. I'm talking about the legendary Bearpit Karaoke. Now you gotta ask yourself, what makes 2,000 people, sometimes more, pack themselves into a concrete amphitheater every single sunny Sunday? I mean, think about it. They're there to watch total strangers sing. There are no celebrity judges, there's no $1 million prize. So what is the deal? What's the magnetic pull? Well, the answer is just beautifully simple. It's pretty much a one-man show. So picture this. Since 2009, this guy, an expat from Dublin named Gareth Lennon, He just rolls up on his cargo bike. He pulls out this ridiculously low-tech setup. We're talking portable speakers powered by a car battery, and he just makes it happen. That's it. That's the whole production. And out of that simple setup, you get these moments of just pure, raw human emotion. I mean, take this story about a former singer named Ronna Smith. She gets up there and says it's her first time singing in public in 2 years. And the crowd, they don't just clap, they give her a standing ovation, and she's just overwhelmed with tears. That's what this whole thing is about. It has nothing to do with being a perfect singer. It's all about courage and this amazing feeling of collective support. So when you step back and you put all these pieces together, right? The chaotic market, the ever-changing art, the karaoke, you really start to get it. You start to understand the fundamental spirit that makes this place so uniquely Berlin. And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the park's values. The karaoke guy, Gareth, he's been offered big sponsorship deals from giant companies like Coca-Cola and Volkswagen. And you know what he does? He turns them all down. Every time. Instead, the whole thing runs on whatever small change people in the crowd can donate. It is fiercely and proudly non-commercial. And that is such a key part of Berlin's identity, this idea of prizing real, authentic, community-driven experiences over some big corporate logo. You know, the founder himself just says it perfectly. The karaoke is just the vehicle. What really fuels it is the people and the atmosphere. The machine, the microphone, that's all just a tool. The real engine here is the community. It's that supportive vibe, that shared experience that thousands of people create just by showing up every Sunday to be a part of it. And really, that brings us to the biggest takeaway from all this. The story of Mauerpark is so much more than just a tour of a cool spot in Berlin. It's a powerful lesson that leaves us with this huge question. What Mauerpark proves is that the deepest, ugliest scars of history, they don't have to be erased or paved over. With a little community, a ton of creativity, and enough time, they can actually be transformed into the most beautiful stages for human connection you could possibly imagine.